Więc mieli tutaj nawet na tym lotniskowcu salę kinową. Chyba że zrobiono to teraz w celach turystycznych. Trudno mi to stwierdzić, ale uważam, że wszystko było możliwe, dlatego że na tym lotniskowcu jednak spędzali sporo czasu na oceanach i morzach i musiało być też takie normalne życie, bo poza służbą też musieli coś robić. No nic, czekamy na film. Nagram ten film i przetłumaczę w napisach na język polski.
The captain is from an elite group that has over 25 years of naval aviation experience. 92 fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters are ready for a month of intense flight hops as demanding as combat itself. Those wearing green shirts maintain airframes and engines. Red shirts are responsible for ammo and weapons. Purple shirts, or grapes, fuel the aircraft. On the FOD walk, crews are looking for anything that might get sucked into an engine as the aircraft take off. Pilots have been killed by almost invisible nuts and bolts. Nuclear-powered carriers have almost unlimited range. Control of the high seas requires a mastery of the most advanced possible technology. Deep in the heart of the ship sit two uranium-powered nuclear reactors. Essentially miniature suns, these radioactive furnaces boil water to create high-pressure steam that spins giant turbines. The carrier's 8 electric generators could easily power a city of 100,000 people. Using massive reduction gearboxes, the turbines also turn 4 mammoth propeller shafts that drive the ship at around 35 knots. Its top speed remains highly classified. With regular maintenance, they can run continuously without refueling for 20 years. Teamwork, collaboration, camaraderie, staying mentally and physically fit are all critical among the crew of a smooth-running ship. Every one of the 5,212 personnel is integral in the success of the operation. No tiny detail is left to chance. Blue shirts position and secure the aircraft on the deck, making sure they are presented for launch in the right order. Training has been continuous since the very first carriers were launched more than a century ago.
The Canadians are coming up. Oh, they're just behind us, right? Yes, sir.
The carrier, as the flagship, is responsible for getting 55 vessels from all over the world organized and sailing together in reasonable order. Modern defense systems are evolving at an accelerating pace, questioning the wisdom of expensive new procurement, challenging the status quo. goal of RIMPAC is, in part, to test and integrate advances in weapons technology. It gives crews a chance to perfect their skills under battle-like conditions. The operation of an aircraft carrier is in itself nearly as dangerous as actual combat, and everyone on board is well aware of that. Modern fighter aircraft, like the F-18 Super Hornet, can lock on and intercept enemy aircraft long before visual contact. Yet they still carry machine guns that look like they might belong on a World War I biplane. Even in an age of advanced missiles, pilots must still prepare for the unlikely prospect of an old-fashioned dogfight. Launching a 37,000-pound F-18 Super Hornet off a carrier may look simple, but bad weather, enemy fire, and accidents all contribute to very real danger. After a century of trial and error, one launch system has proved robust and reliable. Below deck are tanks of high-pressure steam from nuclear-powered boilers. They provide explosive expansion power to pistons sitting in 300-foot-long tubes. Like shells waiting in the barrel of a gun. Once released, the power of the piston can launch an aircraft with the force of 4 Gs, catapulting the plane from 0 to 160 miles an hour in just 3 seconds. Every role on board is critical to the exquisite ballet of launch and recovery. Exciting as the steam-powered catapult launch is for the fighter pilot, a safe landing is even better. An aircraft's tailhook must snag one of 4 arresting cables. This braided wire weaves 900 feet through the carrier, down to an arrestor engine. As the momentum of the plane pulls on the cable, a huge piston forces hydraulic fluid in one tank against air in another, compressing the air up to 400 pounds per square inch, stopping the aircraft and pilot in just 2 seconds. The comforting embrace of the arresting cable is regarded as among the most euphoric experiences in all of aviation. Each rim pack features emerging advanced technology, like the F-35, a fifth-generation strike fighter. Since World War II, increasingly powerful radar has been used to detect inbound enemy aircraft. With growing sophistication, modern radar has been used to lock onto enemy planes and shoot them down with guided missiles fired over the horizon beyond visual range. Much of the new fighter's advancements focus on hiding from radar, the technology called stealth. The F-35 has multiple layers of skin coating that absorb radar waves, preventing them from bouncing back to enemy radar screens. Engine intake and exhaust are specially designed to deflect and mask the jet's thermal signature, avoiding detection from heat-seeking missiles. It can carry more than 15,000 pounds of weapons externally, or more than 5,000 pounds internally, dramatically improving the F-35's stealth profile.
99. First registrator 70.
The U.S. Marine variant, the F-35B, has more than 40,000 pounds of thrust, giving pilots more raw power than any other fighter engine in history. The U.S. Navy's version is the F-35C. Designed for carrier operations, it has larger wings with tips that fold and tougher landing gear for catapult launches and carrier arrestments.
412 parts of radar contact.
The pilot's helmet displays all pertinent information, no matter where the pilot is looking. The aircraft's distributed aperture system uses 6 electro-optical sensors, giving the pilot an unprecedented 360 degrees of situational awareness.
Level 250, marking bomb.
The pilot can actually look through the aircraft itself.
99 time in 30 seconds.
All the key information the pilot needs is projected onto the helmet's visor, allowing for instant coordinated response.
99 time in 15 seconds, 26.
The missile warning system sees subtle heat differences across the landscape. The new strike fighter shares data seamlessly with other F-35s, but also with Allied aircraft and commanders on water or land. Computer technology is so sophisticated, it can identify types of planes and nationality, and recommend to the pilot suggested weapons to deploy. That sensors can even spot a whale, or, more importantly, a submarine on the surface. Advances in weapons systems seek to integrate international navies armies and air forces into unified fighting units. Advanced electronic warfare systems can identify in detail friend from foe, jam enemy assets, and provide an electronic shield to cloak threatened friendly forces. Landing a fighter aircraft on board a carrier remains the most challenging and admired skill in all of aviation. The landing safety officer's voice, always a fellow pilot, provides a vital measure of precision and confidence at exactly the right moment. The new F-35B avoids the complexity of a catapult and arrestor cables. It can operate almost anywhere, a strategic advantage in almost any kind of conflict. Like all new weapons systems, it seeks to provide a distinct advantage over possible enemies. In Indeed, the goal of modern navies is to provide the most effective weapons, tactics, and training as an overwhelming deterrence, avoiding at all costs the risk of real war. From great naval battles, civilizations rose and fell. Yet there is more firepower on board the ships of Rimpak than all the bombs used in all of the wars in human history. The goal of modern navies is to avoid war at all cost. For if there is another great war, there will be nothing to come home to. There will be no romantic paintings nor writers to celebrate the victory.
Myślę, że sam film był interesujący i wprowadził nas w szczegóły. Mnie najbardziej uderzyły ostatnie słowa. To jest tak jakby przesłanie do nas, do ludzi, że następna wojna, to po tej wojnie może już nic nie pozostać. Dziękuję wszystkim tym, którzy obejrzeli ten film i się żegnam. Strzałeczka, moi kochani.